Holy Ghost. That's what it is. And the video, I explained to you how it worked. You know, so, matter of fact, I'm about to end this here, and I'm going to tag this video with exactly what is the Holy Ghost. And it's the one that tell you about the mitochondrial and the Holy Ghost effect. Right? What it does, how it works. And got some good information in there too. So, Mama wanted me to make sure that y'all understand the structure is not to degrade, demean, or belittle women. It has nothing to do with that, and it's for the survival of the children so that we can have society reemerge anew without all of the oppression and subjugation of the women and the children that we're going through now. And we'll be able to take the brakes off their minds. So she wanted me to make sure that I got that point across. And so I had to tell y'all. I done already moved heaven. I done put everything from the 9th dimension where the original disruption took place when Enlil moved for the 50th seat of the Galactic Council of the 72 Elders. And all the way down. And it took me some years, starting with the 9th dimension, to restore all of the order. I got all the way to the 4th dimension, and I didn't run into no serious problems until we got to this 3rd dimension shit. And the problem is the motherfucker that's oppressed. That's the problem now. The oppressed people holding the oppressor, saying, "Master, please don't go. Master, master, please don't go. Master, don't let these, don't take your foot off my neck, master. Please keep these shackles on my neck, master." This is the problem now. The conscious Negroes with this divide and conquer ass shit, and these selfish, entitled, self-centered people that only care about themselves and don't give a fuck what happened to the rest of the world. I'm exactly the opposite. I have sacrificed everything, including myself, for everything on this motherfucking planet. So we can either stay victims or we can move out of the victim position. That's up to y'all. You know, I'm not gonna keep going through this. Yep, Chanel, we are about to see what Will Smith played in called Independence Day. Because if somebody don't get me my shit soon, it's going to be some very unhappy ancestors of mine that told me this shit's supposed to be a cakewalk that's going to be pissed off enough to fuck some shit up really bad on a really big scale. Because they ain't doing their part like they promised. If they would have never agreed, they would have never been sent to the position of power. If they would have never agreed to do their part, they would have never been seated in power. You understand me? It's just like the records, it's like selling your soul to them Jews to put your record out. If you don't sell your soul, you can't sell your record. That's just the way it go. Yep. You one of them, Chanel. Because you get to see beyond the selfishness, beyond the self-centered ideologies given, into why these women have to come together like this. And it ain't got nothing to do with sex, because I wouldn't have been celibate as long as I have if it was sex, because I don't have no problem going to get a woman when I really want one. That ain't never been no problem, ever. For no males in my family, we don't do celibacy unless we choose to. I don't know. All I know is they got to get my shit to the house. That's what I know. And I'm telling y'all how to make the motherfuckers get my shit to the house. And when they get my shit to the house, I'm going to share the wealth. I believe in that shit. I'm going to show them how to get rid of poverty on earth. It's easy. You can get rid of poverty on earth, can be gone in 5 years. 5 years. You got to start with the working class and the worker. Because don't nothing move on this planet without the labor force. Nothing. Compensate the worker, you start the healing process right there. Compensate the worker, you start the healing process. The big three know I'm waiting on their motherfucking ass. They trying to get this fuck you contract over on the auto workers, and they don't believe that I was right when I said they was going to come with this bullshit that they coming with. And now International stuck, and they don't know how to bring it to the auto worker. They don't know how to have an auto worker vote on the take it or leave it contract. Take it or leave it mean we going to offer y'all this, but we not open for a counter offer. And if y'all don't take this, then, well, whatever. Go on strike, do whatever you're going to do. We'll just take our business elsewhere. So they built all them factories y'all don't know about over China and Korea and Vietnam. And they told y'all about the ones in Mexico. But they didn't tell y'all that most of General Motors is already planning to go over to Asia. But that's not going to work. Because soon as the people in Asia get asked about Sun Wukong over here in the United States, saying that the auto workers, that the auto companies can't come over there, then they're going to come back over here groveling. They'll come over here groveling because they thought they was about to just fuck over everybody like that, and found out that we not buying that this time. You know. So they're going to have this one exec, vice president, going to run down into Mexico to try to make a deal with Mexico, but they're not going to be able to get no workers in their factories because nobody in Mexico want to go against the orders of Quetzalcoatl. It's just not going to happen. If something going to wake up inside them motherfuckers and they're going to be like, fuck that, we ain't working for you motherfuckers. They already know. The only problem right now in keeping the devil in place is the ignorance of the people. For surely my people shall suffer for lack of knowledge. Right? That what it say? Well, I'm dropping the knowledge on a regular basis, and I'm almost done dropping it because I'm getting tired of the wait. And I'm not the person that you want impatient and unruly. And if I get too upset, it'll trigger somebody else to get upset that I call Mama, Queen of Heaven and Earth. And she will have her tantrums. Y'all be calling her Kali of destruction. The dark mother of vengeance. Hail Isis, Mother of God, blessed art thee, hallowed be thy name. King Queendom come, and thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And with that, stay in touch, pay attention, keep your eyes open, and we out. Judge, by that measure, also shall you be judged. Breach the contract, bitch. Y'all breached the contract, the treaty. Which one? All of them. Show me one you didn't breach. You breached them all. You breached them all. Breach the contract. Pay up. I'm coming to collect. All right, now. The other one is, what about all them people that was deceived into wickedness? Deception. Duress doctrine. Look it up in law. Duress. If I put a gun to your child head and say, you go kill my wife, or I'm going to kill your child and you go kill my wife, and they find out what happened, you ain't going to jail. I am. Duress. You did it under duress. You done it because the circumstance was so extraordinary and you felt there was no other avenue but then to kill my wife or lose your son. So you ain't losing your son. Period. And you don't know my wife. So you're going to do what the fuck I say. So now, the duress doctrine is your liberation for those deceived in the wickedness. The breach of contract is your doctrine of relief. According to what it say, judge not, you may not be judged. But by the same measure by which you judge is by that measure that you're going to be judged. Okay? So it's duress doctrine will Mama's judgment when she put that fucking feather on the scale and she asked me to recite your wrongdoings, when she asked me for the information and I report her to the information, and then she says, is there any exemptions? And I say, this one falls under the duress doctrine and the breach of contract. So when mama say, okay, baby, you did your due diligence and you got tricked, so we're going to send you over here to get re-educated so that you don't get tricked the next time and you don't fall for that devil bullshit. Now, I'm going to cuss like a sailor, but mama's a saint. I ain't the saint. I'm the one that came to tear this motherfucker up if they don't act right. Remember that. I'm not the saint. I didn't come to bring peace. I came to bring a motherfucking sword. I came to tear this motherfucker up if they don't act right. Y'all got to remember that. That's why I'm not going to take any positions of power. It's the reason I'm not. Because these motherfuckers hurting these babies and these women, I'm going to fuck them up. That's not my job. She told me to find y'all a way out. I'm telling y'all the way out. Duress doctrine, those who was deceived in the wickedness. Duress doctrine liberates you because the devil becomes liable for the deception under duress. Breach of contract, the devil becomes liable for all of the lies that he told and the treaties he broke. This will be enforced under the ancient right of kings. Y'all ain't gonna never see this document because they don't want you to, but it's written in my DNA. The duress doctrine is gonna liberate those who was deceived. The breach of contract is gonna get y'all all y'all lost wages. They've been telling you working for $12 and $20 an hour. Ever since 1933, everybody in America, black, white, or indifferent, immigrant or not, anybody that got a social security number, they have been working for a minimum of $1,000 an hour. Your wages have been kept from you by deception. I'm here to collect. Remember that. Your wages have been kept from you by deception. Breach of contract. Duress. They can't do that in the free will universe. They have to tell you everything they're doing to you, and anytime they don't, breach of contract, duress. You exempt. They got to pay up. All right? So, we here. And I ain't come by myself. Now, the motherfuckers I've been given permission to call, you got to go to the Bible. And it said, angel of the Lord. Excuse me, y'all. The angel of the Lord in one night slew 10,000 soldiers. Look it up. It's in the Bible. One of them, in one night, this motherfucker killed 10,000 motherfuckers in one night. Now, the forces of heaven, what do they look like? I got 60,000 of them on hand, but that ain't it. You see, this whole time we've been here, we've been getting help from Pleiadians, Arcturians, I-Star Command, Procyonians, the Dogon, Amo, Namo. They the ones gave us the cannabis to crack that crust off your pineal gland. That's why they just now starting to make this stuff legal. They made it illegal because they knew that stuff will the THC will decalcify your pineal gland and open your inner sight. The best form to use it is actually in an oil form, but smoking it, it don't matter. Because your gigai, your physical form, any Shinigami will tell you, your physical form, you can step outside of it when you fully realize and be a whole light being and relay any information to it. You are a star trapped in a physical body by a wicked motherfucker who felt if he used that star energy to fuel that body, he can work that motherfucker 1,000 years. So what did I do? I shortened the sheave on the DNA. I shortened the sheave on the DNA. It used to be completely covered with the sheave. Now, how do you know the sheave is not facilitating 1,000 years? Go look up genetics. Go look up geriatrics. Look up the research of Dr. Cynthia Kenyon out of UCLA Berkeley. She gonna tell you that aging is a hormone called the human aging hormone. They don't tell you that. She gonna also tell you that the side effect of that hormone blocking that receptor is to shrink the sheave on the DNA. That's why you don't live 1,000 years no more. And I can't fix that shit. Mama gotta fix it. I put it in place so that they could not keep you permanently enslaved, trapped, a star in the physical body. You came here for God training how to be a sentient ruler of a galactic region. Creation is still in the process according to the creator of all. There's other creations going on, and all of us is training to be righteous so that we can be our own sun in the center of our own universe. But we don't even know what the sun do. We just think it's just a big old shiny ball of fire. Don't believe the lies. Wake up, people. I'm coming for the leaders. And anybody that want to help, I ain't running from nobody to help. I need all the goddamn help I can get because I can't do it by myself. I know how to do it by myself. It just takes a long time and it's very difficult and it's very disastrous in the end. Because I'm not going to wait that long and see all these babies in Ethiopia with their bellies bulging out because they ain't ate in almost a year. Why the fuck is they even still living? That show you the force and power of God right there. You got a baby that ain't eating so long he bloated. The human body cannot sustain itself without water longer than 72 hours and without food longer than, I think, 7 days before the system starts to break all the way down. These babies is over there. Them babies ain't like they different. These bulging baby belts, they've been 8 months. Do the math. In every sense, I personally made sure I put this so y'all can pay attention. Man, know thyself. If you know what you are, you can win every time, all the time, without making nobody else a loser. That competitive nature is in us. That competitive nature is part of us rising to ourselves and who we are. It's there. And we can use it in controlled environments without it being destructive. Or we can wage fucking war and tear every goddamn thing up. Now, I'm of the mindset that I just want to go in the Vatican City, go in the catacombs where that goddamn minion at, and put that motherfucker in a meat shredder, but I'm not allowed to do that. He gonna run when I oust a whole papacy. They don't belong there, and they not the true bearers of the light in the Catholic Church. Why the fuck you think the Pope keep kissing the Black Madonna? He know what the fuck going on. Every one of his priests see the Black Madonna, they fucking knees automatically bow and their head drop and they start crying, but they don't want you to see it. They crying for a reason. Because they know mama coming home. And they got to answer for the dirt they did. Even the ones like the Pope got to answer. The reigning Pope have to answer for every papal oppressive bull that's been laid down since Constantine implemented the church. The rogue Church of Canterbury and the Archbishop, well, she say he's possible he can get absolution. But he has to do some things on behalf of the support in restoring the priestesses of the Catholic Church. I'm going to tell y'all what Catholic mean in part. Catholic is it's a multiple words smashed together into one. It's cataholic, cat-a-holic. That means drunk off the cat. What cat is they talking about? They are talking about Bast, because during her reign, during Isis' reign as Bast, she built a big ass fucking monument to herself, and they cut her face off because they never wanted you to know God was a woman. They didn't want you to know that because they can't oppress you once you know that if you're a woman. Once a woman become conscious of the fact that God a woman, her mitochondrial is a direct contact to God. It's not indirect, it's direct. Men gotta borrow it, so we got an indirect contact to God. Women got a direct. So any woman I get close to, if God got something to say to me, she can say it through that woman, and I can recognize God speaking through that woman right then and there. I can recognize it. I know it instantly. But God only spoke to me through a few women in my lifetime. Mother Margaret, my mama, St. Augustine Shirley Hayes, who is Scotta returned, the heir to the throne as the Christ. I'll get into that in another video. May Francis. A lot of people were